Hey, what's up, guys? Give me a second. You gotta let me take this all in. It's been a while. I gotta embrace the moment. Happy 420, y'all. I figured since it was 420, I touched base on a taboo subject or, a misunderstood subject. Everybody tends to think that 420 or marijuana itself helps the eye when it comes to cataracts. Well, unfortunately, that happens to be wrong. Marijuana does alleviate pressure in the eye for people who have glaucoma, but when it comes to cataracts, marijuana doesn't help cataracts. Now, I can tell you from first-hand perspective, this is how it was. This is how it was being blind. This is how it felt looking through that eye you see right there. This is how it felt. This is an understatement. I can tell you, if you want to feel what this feels like, I challenge you. You want to do the one eye challenge? Walk around with an eye patch on your eye for a day. Or walk around with some tape or your hand on your eye for a day. And feel how blocked out the vision feels. That's what it feels like to have cataracts. Now, my story's a little bit interesting because I'm an artist. I draw, I shoot videos. I use a camera which requires my eye to look through the viewfinder. Without being able to look through the eyepiece, how am I gonna be able to see what I shoot? I had to find out the hard way. As you guys see, I got some hair, right? Well, I remember like it was yesterday. For a long time, I thought that my vision was great. I swore I could see great. I swore my vision was nice. But around, I would say 25, 26, I noticed that when I would try to look at the screen, let's say if we had the news on or something while I was getting my hair done, and there was hair over my eye like this, I noticed that if my hair was getting done and there was hair over my eye, this was the only eye that I had to see the television. Guess what? I wasn't able to see the television. It was foggy. It was horrible. It was like your reds were faded out, your greens were faded out. It looked like a pastel painting. So I'm looking at a television screen, getting my hair done, and I can't see the TV. So it took me about several sessions of getting my hair done to really like pay a lot of attention to it. Because before I never noticed it. I never knew how many years I was living with this eye being clouded out. It felt so normal and felt so custom to me. But then when I started doing my hair and I started realizing, I said, you know what, maybe I need glasses. Maybe I need glasses. Let me get hip with the times. Let me head to an eye appointment. That was the first thing I thought. I said, let me head to an eye appointment and let me see if I need some bifocals. I went to the eye appointment. I walked into a local Vision Works. They put me on the machine. Upon putting me on the machine, they couldn't get reading. They had 2 or 3 other eye specialists come in, take a look at my eye, take a look at the machine, and say, well, the machine is functioning, but it's not giving us a reading. And I'm like, uh-oh, what does that mean? So they're talking amongst each other, and they come back and they say, my friend, you have cataracts, and there's nothing that we can do for you. I said, what? They said, yeah, there's nothing that we can do for you. I said, what do you mean there's nothing to keep contacts, nothing? Like, no, sir, that's not gonna help you. Your vision is blocked. I said, what do you mean my vision is blocked? You have cataracts and you're gonna need surgery and operation. I said, what? An operation? There was a boy that was working there, that was behind the counter. He was like, yeah, man, you don't even want to see them operations either. I was like, oh, snap. It was like, yeah, man, they got to cut your eye open. And I said, yo, from there, like, my stomach was like, oh. But it all started adding up because I remember for years, there would be items right in front of me that I would look for and I couldn't find. For a long time, I remember driving at night, for example, like on the Black Horse Pike going to Atlantic City and not being able to see. Horrible vision. Can't see 10, 15 feet. It was horrible. I remember dipping out at night while I was driving on the Black Horse Pike, right? And then I swore I saw like a little girl in like an all white gown, like a dress, like in all blood, just like this, just like in the middle of the road. And I was like, whoa! And I swore I saw somebody like with a wheelchair trying to cross the road and a little kid bouncing the ball. Yo, my vision was screwed, bro. I hated driving at night. I still dislike driving at night, but back then when it was solid, I hated driving at night. The thing that really threw me off, so one day I was with my man and I was with my homie, shout out Lex, shout out 450 Lex, and we was chilling and we was about to play some handball, you know what I mean? Handball was my thing growing up. That was one of the only sports. I'm not too much of a sports fanatic, but that was one of the only sports. There's over 3,500 courts in New York City alone. Next to every basketball court in New York, there's several handball courts. In Philadelphia, it's not buzzing like in New York or in other places around the world, like in Asia and in Africa and Mexico and a variety of other places where there's courts. But in Philly, I used to get it in. And I used to be sharp, both right hand and left hand, ambidextrous. I was like, I could serve with my left hand, I could serve with my right hand. I could, killers, rollers, left hand, killers, rollers, right hand. I used to be sharp, right? And I was playing with my man Lex, And I went, you know what I mean, try to serve the ball, and I would miss the ball. And I'm a right-hander, like my primary hand was right-hander. He would hit the ball, and he would like, we would play, we would like get in a little rally, and every time he get to my right, I would swing hard as ever. I would like cock the drum back, and yo, I don't even got space to swing in here. I would swing, bro, and nothing but air. Nothing but air, bro. I was blind, bro. I was like, I lost it, bro. I couldn't see, bro. Like I didn't have the coordination, the hand-to-eye coordination of my right hand anymore. Like it was done, bro. It was done. It got to the point where when I closed my left eye and I left my right eye open, I would walk around and it's like I was blind. Like if you put a patch on this and then I only had to rely on this one wide open, it would not work. And that really affected me, bro. Cause like if you look at Street Scrapers, you know, episode 1 through 5.5, 6, which are all really low budget and just, you know, really free reigns, not in control, you know, just it was more of a fun project, right? When I was shooting Street Scrapers, my eye was so fuzzy that every time I would try to focus, like focusing was horrible. Like a lot of my shots, when I look back at them, and especially after I got my surgery, my shots were fuzzy, my shots were blurry, my shots were off, bro. Like a lot of those shots were off. And then I was using a 50 and like it was hard, bro. Even like music videos and things like that, it was hard for me to find focus. And at the time I was using a DSLR, a T2i, which is an entry-level, you know, photography camera that has video capabilities, and I was using that, and that screen is horrible. And the viewfinder isn't like a GH4 or isn't like a Sony A7S or none of that. The viewfinder, if you look at it, it's horrible. And then if you try to look through the little eyepiece, it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't match up. So my shots were whack. So I said, you know what, man? I had to sign up for some insurance at work. I signed up for some insurance, which they were taking out of my pay period. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the surgery. When I went in for the surgery, I scheduled everything. I went in for the surgery. I was a little trippy, you know what I mean? I educated myself. I said, look, I gotta go in because I'm an artist, and without my eye, I can't see. Without my eye, I can't shoot. Without vision, how am I gonna be an artist? You know, the whole world is based on seeing. If I lose my vision, how am I supposed to see? Me and my lady was still with me. She was there with me throughout the whole situation. She was there with me from the beginning to the end, bro. And I was in the, you know, surgery room. I was about to go into the knife, and I had a good spirit about everything. You know, I was ready to go. Like, they had me all marked up. They was like marking on my eye and everything. And I was like, yo, I'll be like Captain Hook, yo, like I was tripping, yo. I was like, geez, like, it's about to go down. And I was like, listen, you ain't got nothing to lose. And the thing is, those surgeries ain't always guaranteed. They make you sign a bunch of paperwork and all that. So if things fail, if things don't go according to plan, they're not held responsible. So it's all based on, like, you just gamble. You stay blind, bro, or you just gonna go for the risk. And the thing was is that they told me that when I went to a cataract specialist, a professional, and they looked at this side, they confirmed, yes, this one has, you know, 100% dense cataract, which is a clouding of the eye, you know, your proteins and all of that cloud up in the eye. They need to remove your old lens, your built-in factory lens that every eye has. They cut your eye open, they vacuum out the cataract, which is all, you know, they break all the dense cataract up with a knife or whatever, and then they vacuum out the cataract, and then they fold an IOL, an intraocular lens or something like that, and they fold it up and they slide it in your eye, and then they stitch it up and all that stuff, right? When they looked at this eye, the specialist looked at this eye, he took a look at this eye because it's only right, you know, they're eye specialists. He said, son, you know you have it on this eye too, right? I said, what? No, he said, yeah, you got it on this eye. It's not as dense as this eye, but I foresee in the next, you know, 7 to 10 years, you're gonna need attention to this eye. I said, oh, bro, like, bro, you kidding me, bro? Like, come on, like, this is too much for me. And at the time, I was like 25, 26, and I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to do a bunch of different things, and I'm struggling. I'm trying to juggle, and I'm like, sheesh, and I'm an artist. You gotta keep in mind, I'm an artist. I'm a visual character. I'm a visual creature. So I was like, yo, bro, like, let's do it. So we did the first eye. Listen, I went under, man. I wanted my lady to come with me. They didn't want nobody in the room with me. Nah. I went in, bro. I went under the knife, bro. Like, they slid me in with, like, I felt like an experiment. Like, I just got slid into the room. There was, like, 10 doctors. An hour and a half later, I guess, I woke up. Yo, and let me tell you how I looked around. I was looking around the room and everything. I came out of it, and the first thing I saw was, like, a nurse with blue eyes. She had bright blue eyes, yo, blue, like the most blue eyes, and the window was behind me, so I think the sun was shining in her eyes. I swear it was like harps and there was all this type of music, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh, and I had a patch on my eye, and I'm like, oh, you have very beautiful eyes. I told her you have very beautiful eyes. And guess who's right here on this side? My wife. Yo, the nurse said, you know, like she alliterated what I just said, and you know, she knew I was under. She said this tends to happen when you come out of it. You know, you have bad judgment, etc., etc. I mean, her eyes were bright blue or whatever, but you know what I mean. So like, I had the patch. I came out of it a little bit. They made me stay there. You know what I mean, until I was ready to get up and I wasn't all woozy and wobbly or whatever. Yo, when I got out of there, man, you know, they told me, they gave me the medication and all that. They said, listen, don't take the patch out. You gotta wait a couple days, this, that, the third. Then you gotta wash it. Be careful. Listen, let me tell you, the second I got out the building, she my witness. The second I got out the building, I went to the corner and we was like, I don't know, what was that, like Walnut or something? Right in front of Will's eye. And I was like, I took off the patch, bro. I took off the patch and I opened up my eye. Right now, my eye's still closed under here. So I'm like experiencing this whole one eye thing again. It's a little crazy. But I looked, yo, I peeked and yo, everything was like royal blue, ultra blue, like a blue high definition. The blue was like this. The blue was like this. You see this right here? This is how the blue was like. The blue was like ultra blue, yo, like, and I saw stuff from this eye. It was like 3D, bro. Like, I didn't want to open up my eye that much. Like, it was like a real quick peek, And the eye was supposed to, you know, heal. You know, the sun and all the lights not good for the eye, especially when it was just cut open. It just had a little stitch put in it and all that stuff. It was not supposed to be cut open. It was so tender. It just had surgery. Bro, I was like, whoa, I was mind blown, bro. I had to put the patch back on my eye because I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want to infect my eye. It took me about like a day. Listen, after a day, I peeled that patch off and I just rocked out with leaving my eye shut. I was just rocking out with my eyes shut, and I had the big cataract glasses on, and I was just like, listen, I'm rocking out with it. By like day 1.5, 2.5, I started peeking my eyes open and here in the dark. That's why I'm always in the dark. I love the dark. Aside from loving the dark, I must be nocturnal or something. But cataracts require me to be in the dark, and bright light bothers my eyes. So I prefer to be in the dark when I'm editing and all that stuff. That's also good for color correction too. When you color correct in the dark. So basically, yo, I was just like taking it all in, and the first week when it healed up, I opened up my eye, yo, and let me tell you how everything looked so sharp, so decent, so like graphics, like computer generated. It felt 3D. It felt unrealistic. It felt like I saw shapes, colors, lines, depth of field. I paid attention to all the craziest things before when I was blind and went out without even knowing it for X amount of years. Who knows how long. But when I took that joint off and that joint, I was starting to like use it, yo, it was incredible. Now let me tell you how my old joint was like standard. Both of them are factory. Both the factory lenses are able to zoom in and zoom out. If you put your hand in front of your eye like this and you put your finger right here, your normal eye, you can zoom into your finger and you can zoom out to your finger. Zoom into your finger, zoom out to your finger. Kind of like with a lens, and you can zoom in and zoom out, right? With a cataract eye, once they remove your old lens that has that zoom function, your new one don't have that zoom function. So they install a fixed lens, kind of like a fixed prime lens, right? So they install that on your eye, so you get, you know, either close up, a medium, a wide, you know, whatever, you know, the opposite of this eye is. So what they did was they hooked me up with a long range drone. They said, look, we're gonna give you a long range lens, so you'll be able to see and you won't go blind, because this one wasn't too good in the long. So they, you know, they knew I could read, but they just wanted to be safe and give me the long one. I used to cut corners with cataracts and bump into walls. I would just boom. Just cut a corner too sharp because my eye couldn't clear it, and I would just straight up just shock my whole spine and shock my neck and everything. But it didn't stop there. To speed this story up a bit, remember I said the doctor said in 7 to 10 years that I may need my left eye done? Guess what, guys? Within 3 years of having this surgery done, I was in the process of leaving my place of employment. Yo, last time this eye took a series of 2 to 3 months to get worked on. This one, I sped rushed that joint in like a week. I called, got the appointment. They got me an appointment for like the following 2 weeks, but all within the same first week, I was like just jumping on and getting phone calls and this, doing the follow-up, because before you get your surgery, you gotta go get a physical to make sure you're approved and you're, you know, healthy enough to get operated on. And yo, I sped that process up so quick, bro. Bro, I ate that second joint like a champ. I said, bro, man, look at it was getting fuzzy. It was getting bad. It started clouding up. I scheduled that joint, bro, right before I left the work field. Homeboy had a patch on his eye. Bro, I got the last surgery done right before I skated. I got 2 artificial implants in both eyes. And this eye they put a close-up implant, which is a close-up prime lens. So basically I have a fake implant over here, which is a close-up implant, and then I have a far, a long-range implant on this side. Now what makes matters more crazy, cataracts can keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. In 3, 4 years, 8 years, 10 years. My pop, he's had several cataract surgeries. Being an artist and having both implants done, when I got the second one done, bro, it was a whole new world. It was plasma. It was HD land. Yo, when my vision came back, bro, I was inspired. Life inspired me, bro. And that's one of the motivated factors why I'm moving the way I'm moving right now. This month alone, I did roughly 50 plus uploads. And before I had the operation done, guys, I'm telling you, I remember there was a year where I did 50 uploads, probably not even in a whole year. So to be able to knock out 50 uploads or so in 20 days, bro, my productivity level has done leveled up. And it's about the baby steps. It's not about the big jumps. It's about the progression. It's about the honing your craft, sharpening your skill, working on it. You know what I mean? Ball players, take 10,000 shots before they get on the floor. You know what I mean? You gotta practice. You gotta master your craft. And every little aspect of what I try to partake in is different levels of mastering my craft, and I'm mastering it from all levels. So upon employing a team and having a team, having writers, having producers, having, set designers, having, camera operators, having a team in the future, when I'm established and ready to go, I will also understand each avenue of employment and know what it takes. And I'm hands-on, I'm like an involved person. I'm like the director, the bull from Transformers. What's his name? I'm like Michael Bay. I mean, you can't compare my movies to his movies right now blow my stuff away because I ain't got no movies. But listen, yo, Michael Bay, he's an involved director. Involved meaning like if there's a tunnel, there's a shot, he needs that jump, he sees how he wants that jump, he gonna get on the ground, he gonna lay in the mud, he gonna have the camera, and he gonna get that shot, he gonna walk you through it, he involved. Some directors prefer to be in the back, prefer to sit in the chair, prefer to be in the lift and calling everything around. That's management. I don't like management. I mean, that's organization, but management, but I don't like just calling people around. I also want to be involved. I'm hands-on, bro. So if I'm gonna tell you how to set up the lights, you can set up the lights, but I might give you, a hand here or there, or what I mean, this and that, vice versa, right? But just having the whole operation done, guys, that has really just made me embrace life in a whole different manner, guys, because you don't know how important vision is until you lose it.